All right. How we doing, folks? It is episode 25 of Nerdy in the Morning. Now, before we get into the drama, trust me, I love good, pedo allegations as much as the next guy in commentary. But, I wanted to, be helpful if D-Max was in the chat. If D-Max was in the chat with us, because he definitely have some input on this. But, I'm thinking, as you guys know, Nerdy isn't just a placeholder. We talk about nerd stuff sometimes here. And so I was thinking, okay, so the Dragon Ball fan base always argues about
you have nothing. You have nothing, and you are gay. You have nothing, and you are gay.
Thank you, Rachel on Pepperoni for subscribing to the channel. Rachel on Pepperoni, that's an odd one, but nonetheless. Anyway, as I was saying, the Dragon Ball fan base always argues whether or not which form they think is looks cooler, is better. We have Super Saiyan God, and then we also have Super Saiyan 4. People always argue which design is better. Now, me personally, I like the more simplistic design of Super Saiyan God. Ayo, D-Max! Yo, D-Max, get in here! Get in here. We're gonna talk about Dragon Ball lore. Alright, DBZ crap. I've been in 3 hours when John is done. John, yeah. The Dragon Ball segment's gonna last 3 hours. 3 hours. We're never gonna get to the allegations, but we're just gonna talk about Dragon Ball Z the entire time. yeah. But no. The reason why I asked about this is because I actually have a test here that it's a quiz. It's you answer simple questions, you get a certain amount of points, and then you decide. It basically you add up all the points that you get at the end, and then that determines what Super Saiyan form you get. for watching, if 3 of us agree with DBZ, then we get outvoted. Oh, true, yeah. Oh boy, we got D-Max in the call. Alright, D-Max, give me your controversial DBZ opinions.
Can't believe you're talking about this early in the morning. Oh my god. Okay.
I'm a nerd, I can't help it.
Is it a slow news day or something?
Well, hey, it's rape allegations.
No, I don't
o'clock.
know. Tell me, Nerdy John.
It's rape allegations o'clock. I think that's plenty of news.
Oh,
but you gotta slowly introduce the rape in. You can't just go straight in with it.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, okay. Controversial DBZ opinion. I think. Okay. Cell is, I don't know if this is controversial, but Cell is a better antagonist than Boo. Any of them.
Oh yeah.
So
it doesn't even matter the form either. Fat Boo, Kid Boo, Super Boo.
Let's see. Another good one. Kaioken is underutilized. They should use it more often, and they don't. And more characters should know how to use it by now.
Realistically, yeah, at least Piccolo.
For some reason.
At least Piccolo should.
No, everybody in Kai's Planet should know it. Yamcha should know it. Krillin should know it. Tien should know it. Piccolo should know it. Why not? Why not? Why don't they know it? They went to King Kai's Planet. They should all know the Genki Dama, too. They should all know the Spirit Bomb. But they don't.
Anyway. It's weird though because there's a scene where Piccolo's fighting Dr. Gero, where
what the fuck is? Are you really talking about this today?
Look, okay. you gotta understand, being a nerd, it's a lifestyle. Okay, it's a mindset.
So this is you just trying to like own up to your name. This is you just trying to like full fist it, just like have it in your hand, like your own Genki Dama. It's a nerdy Genki Dama. It's like
Yeah.
it's a power. It's the power of the whole world that you
Oh,
channel through. You know,
next show we're
share
talking
your.
about
Okay, how
Star
about this,
Trek.
everybody? Just to, well, we're talking. Wait, what? What?
Yeah,
what?
next show I'm talking about Star Trek.
Oh, you're gonna talk. Do you watch Star Trek?
Yeah, Star Trek and
Oh,
Star
really?
Wars.
I've never actually seen any Star Trek. I've always wanted to, but I just have never really been into it. It's one of those things where it's like on my list of things to watch, but it's like then I started watching One Piece and now it's like, well, I'm
Oh,
watching One
dude, you're
Piece. Like,
missing
what
out
am I
on the
gonna
Next
do?
Generation, man.
Stop One Piece? I gotta, yeah, I know. I've seen a lot of scenes and clips and stuff from it, and it's like a lot of good stuff like that. There's so much good, wholesome nerd content out there,
Yeah,
you know?
like I'm just
Not enough
saying,
time to really get to all of it.
if for all of you who aren't watching the Next Generation, you are missing like peak Patrick Stewart right there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So wait, I was always confused by this. This is completely off topic, but is Patrick Stewart actually the voice actor in American Dad? Is that actually him, or is that just the
Wait,
guy who
him
sounds
voicing
like
like
him?
the head of the CIA? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's him.
Is that really him?
Yeah.
Oh
Him
wow.
and Seth are
They got him to
actually
say a bunch of wild stuff.
yeah. Him and Seth are actually pretty good friends.
Dude, can you imagine being Seth MacFarlane? Like he had like the coolest relationship with some of the neatest people, like um James Woods, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of Batman. It's too
Kevin
early.
Conroy.
No. Not that Batman.
Adam West.
Rip him too, but Adam West. Adam West. Yeah. His relationship with Adam West, like how he had him integrated with the show. Like it's just God, man, what a wild life that guy must have. I can't imagine.
I mean,
Either
he knew
he's like
Frank
one of the most
Sinatra
depressed human beings
Jr.
in the world. That's what I'm saying. Like this guy has met so many people just because of his like dumb little cartoon. And it's like, no disrespect. Like I like me some Family Guy as much as the next guy, but like, know, it's silly and goofy, and he's got like all these like connections now because of that show. I just have always really, I don't know. I respect him, but I do feel like his life is probably actually a living hell.
Yeah, I mean, my God, he's recording for like he has to record for multiple shows daily. I can't imagine the stress.
Well, it's that, and also too. I mean, like, because he runs them as well. Like, I know he's not like in the writing process for most of the episodes or anything like that, but I mean, the guy also runs now what the Orville.
Oh yeah,
Or
which
is that
I
him? I
I
can't
actually need
remember.
to watch that because I heard it's unironically pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard that people who really like uh TNG or just Star Trek in general, I guess, just seem to like that.
Yeah,
I've heard good things.
I've heard
I
it's more Star Trek than recent Star Treks is.
I just wish that there was some sort of like, actually, now that I think about it, because the Justin Roiland thing happened, like, has there ever been any controversy around like Seth MacFarlane? Like, I'm surprised that he's been
Like
able to keep his nose clean. That's
like
what
I'm
I'm
sure
saying
he's
with him
probably
being
done
like depressed all
cocaine
the
or
time.
something like that.
No, well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, like normal Hollywood stuff. But like, we never see a story of him like, oh, like this guy, uh,
Bad person.
groped Mila Kunis, yeah, or something like that.
Well,
Like
Justin Roiland's an
he
odd.
seems like he's kept his nose relative.
Yeah. Actually,
Well, yeah,
I did
well,
unironically wanted to start. I did want to, as far as like actual news topics, wanted to introduce that first. So let's get into it. Justin
all
Roiland,
right.
Adult Swim has decided to let him go. It is not just because of his recent court allegations that he's being charged with, but for allegedly messaging minors and trying his stand-up bit on them, I guess, saying they're jailbait, trying to do the it's a full Chinese accent with them and everything.
So Sitch from Adam and Sitch, who have like a little show together or whatever. I watch them from time to time. He had a tweet, where he was just pointing out that like these are just still allegations and we don't really know the full like scope of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Adult Swim has let him go. And so it's kind of hard because like I'm of two minds about it because normally I agree. Like I think that, we should wait until like whatever prosecution comes down and like whatever judgment is served so that we can know like because we're just assholes on the internet, right? Like there's no way that we know even just based off of like some screenshots that we think we saw, what's up with a creator or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a different sort of a situation just because we do have those DMs and they are pretty, I mean, they're pretty explicit. Like it's like, if even if he's not like a some sort of a weird pedo person or something, like you're too drunk, you're too whatever, you're too crazy to be having these types of conversations. You shouldn't be having these types of conversations with minors that are minors, under any circumstances. Like we can't really excuse that. So I think it's kind of justified that Adult Swim is taking the actions that it is taking, but them trying to replace Rick and Morty is going to ruin the whole show. Because
I know,
everybody
because
can do a decent impression of Rick and Morty, but nobody is as funny or as smart as Justin Roiland at
yeah,
like,
because
doing that rant sort of thing.
people forget that a lot of the Rick and Morty humor, Justin Roiland either does it off the cuff, or he's a creator who still like is involved in the writing process of his show. And I don't
Have
know,
you seen?
leaving the sex pest known as Dan Hartman in charge. I don't think that's gonna end. Dude,
Well,
do you know
that's the
how?
other ironic thing.
Do you know
Yeah.
how many like
Go ahead.
Alabama jokes we're gonna be getting now with him being in charge solely?
Well, it's like again, like this is part of what the broader conversation is, I guess, around just like separating art from the artist kind of thing. Like I don't know to what extreme it would go because like I don't know if it's like if the guy did this, I don't know, man, because this is like the James Gunn stuff too, where it's like we don't like there's no clear evidence to say like oh like he's obviously like being predatory towards children. It's like they're making jokes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like sure Gunn was just making jokes about children, whereas like Justin Roiland is making jokes about like children to a child,
Yeah.
so it's a little bit like more severe even than the James Gunn thing.
Well,
Man,
I think
I am of
it's
two minds about this.
it's much like the Rick and Morty humor. You have to have a high IQ to understand it, and so I just don't think the majority of the internet
I don't know
understands
about
it.
that. I don't know if you gotta. I don't know if you gotta like yeah, you gotta have a high IQ so you can see what kind of minor talk is happening for Justin Roiland and his fans of Rick and Morty. I just wonder how much Szechuan sauce would it take to make this whole thing disappear?
I
Like
don't
I wonder
know.
if somebody just comes in with a truckload of Szechuan sauce, like brings it over to Adult Swim. Like I wonder if they're just gonna be like, you know what? I don't even know what DMs we're talking
Yeah,
about. What
exactly.
minors? What do you mean?
But and you talked about this earlier, but like you didn't see any allegations with like Seth MacFarlane. This is the thing though. Justin's part of like that Newground era. Remember,
Yeah,
like
well, yeah.
what would
That's what I
become
was gonna
Rick and
say
Morty was like a
too.
Dark and Marty parody cartoon.
So it's funny that this is happening at the same time as like, well, somewhat at the same time as like the Ding Dong stuff,
Hmm.
because that's the Game Grumps like stuff for people who kind of remember that from like a week ago. I know it's
Did you hear
terribly long time.
he decided he's never
Uh,
gonna stream again? By the way,
Ding Dong?
yeah, he decided he's never gonna stream again.
Well, that's sad. I hope Julian still streams. If he streams, I guarantee Ding Dong will be on those streams too. Man, okay. Well, that's a whole other conversation. But the reason why I brought it up is because like those Game Grumps people, Justin Roiland and Game Grumps, like they, Aaron Hansen, Igor Raptor, like Oni and G, Chris, Oni plays. Um, they're all from the same kind of camp. Like they're all the same type of like content creators from that era of the internet on Newgrounds,
Hmm.
and frankly, like being somebody who grew up in that space, it is like they're just teenagers. Like they're 90s to 2000s teenagers. Like they're crass, they're out there, they make dirty jokes. And like imagine a kid like that, who has nothing, who basically gets bullied in school. Like that's the type of person that's on Newgrounds. then coming up and then making it, in the world and like having this status and having this power and stuff. And then, like I'm not excusing it, but what I'm saying is that it like makes realistic sense as to like how it is that these types of people end up in these types of positions and end up making the stupid decisions that they're making, is because they're not used to this sort of attention or this ability to be able to get whatever they want at the snap of a finger,
Should we be worried about
so
you?
I have a little bit of
What happens when you get power?
about
D-Max?
me.
Yeah, what happens when you get power?
Jesus, oh God,
How many DMs are you gonna slide into?
Listen, I was on Newgrounds, I was on 4chan, I made fun of people on Tumblr, I was on Twitter, I was on YouTube. So like, I'm gonna have the worst of all worlds. If I gain power, then everybody's gonna die immediately,
right?
Horribly.
Yeah.
And immediately, I'm just trying to figure out what it is that I'm going to tell my audience to start doing to people in chat, because Salvo had the pancakes, Leafy's here had the hiss meme. So like, what am I going to do? What is my chat going to harass people with? Let me know in the comment section below.
Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, guys, over 60% of my audience
for nerdy.
What was that? Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Over 60% of my audience has a thumb up their butt, so make sure you're not one of them by pressing like on the video.
Exactly.
Did it work?
Yeah. Oh my God, the profits are going up. Oh my God, I'm a millionaire.
Oh God.
But no, like, oh my God, you see, like, everyone's posting like their crappy impression of Rick and Morty.
Trying to be the person. Trying to be the next Rick or Morty.
Rick. Morty, I hit my wife, Morty. I gotta go to the cops. I can't have the cops find out, Morty.
Oh jeez, Rick. Oh jeez, we've been found out for being a sex pest, Rick. Oh God. Oh jeez, people should have saw this coming based on the type of humor that we have. But, oh jeez, Rick.
She knew what she was doing, Morty. It ain't our fault.
Rick, you can't do that. You're too old. I'm young enough that I can make those types of jokes in the media, and it's fine because I'm technically a minor in my own thing, even though I'm voiced by an adult. But it's fine. It's okay.
Morty,
Rick,
I'm
no.
I'm the metal Morty. It doesn't matter.
Rick, you're drinking too much. You shouldn't be talking to minors while you're drinking that much.
Shut up, Morty. What the heck is...
I think we're gonna get the call literally in an hour. Like literally, they're gonna hear this broadcast, and literally they're gonna call us.
Yeah, dude. Like
Rick and Morty, obviously.
As you know, an Adult Swim producers are like big watchers of commentary live streams. they were just waiting for the right people to hit up.
They binge commentary content like dogs lap up water.
Exactly.
It's just like it's just constant.
Especially one of those drooly dogs.
Is there any news though on the Justin Roiland thing? Is there like any new news from it? Like
no update besides like adults, but no update besides Adult Swim deciding to cut ties with him. Unfortunately,
it's just like I just honestly I'm a little surprised by that. Like it's not like super surprising to me, but I am shocked that they did that because there have been. I mean, there were allegations against like Pendleton Ward, who did Adventure Time. He was the creator of Adventure Time, and I remember like they weren't huge things or anything, but like, oh well, you know what? I mean, we're kind of talking about this in my stream too. Like there have been other controversies around like Cartoon Network execs and like producers and show writers and showrunners.
I mean, didn't Dan Hartman he's been accused of like being overtly sexual with the female writing staff?
But this is what I'm saying is maybe this is like some proof that it has some teeth to it, because I know that Cartoon Network is not the type of network or production company, I guess, to like just do this kind of on a whim or because they, just like caught something in the air. For instance, like Rebecca Sugar is a good example of this too. Rebecca Sugar was the showrunner, the creator of Steven Universe, and she about like I don't know, I would think it was like only a season away from like the very end of the show. She was found out that her Tumblr had a bunch of pictures of like different Cartoon Network characters that were minors because it's Cartoon Network shows, like having sex with each other. The most
that's lovely
notable one. Well, the most notable one was an Ed and Eddie parody where I think it was Eddie and Double D were having sex. I think it was Eddie was giving it to Double D, and yeah. So it's like that has existed. That was like a thing, and I remember that was like a little mini drama at the time that like some of the like, you know, cartoon content creator, you know, review channels were kind of talking about and being like, oh, how do we feel about this? Blah, blah, blah. But like nothing ever came of that. So I don't know if that's because she's a woman or if that's because like there was just like no there. Like it's not like she actually did anything to kids. She was just drawing kids as that. And she happened to be the showrunner for a kids show, but she did all of that on a Tumblr that existed before the show was made. So maybe that was like their calculus was like,
Well,
I
how
mean,
old
listen,
was
like,
she?
she's not like a sex pest or anything.
How old was she when she made those drawings?
I don't know. I mean, I could probably do the math. I don't know how old she is.
Because if she was like in
but,
her 20s making that, it's a bit weird.
she probably was. Like she probably was. I like I said, I don't know. Let me see what.
You know, flamenco should hit her up sometime for some artwork. I'm sure they can work something out.
Honestly, Rebecca Sugar and flamenco probably would hang out well. I do feel that would be the case.
No,
So she was born in 1987. So she's 35. So if this happened like, I think this happened like 8 years ago or something. So she was like 28 or something, which means then that was like 4 or 5 years before then too. So she was like 24. She was probably like
Jesus
24, 25 or
Christ.
younger. I mean,
That's sad.
well, look, I'm going to defend it a little bit just because I think that like, I don't, you know, I wouldn't do it, but it's just a funny, stupid thing. Like it's a funny concept to think like Eddie, you know, giving it to Double D. Like it's silly. It's stupid. You know, like I don't think she should be fired over that necessarily.
Wait,
especially since she
I
didn't
got
do
the
it
perfect.
while she was working.
I got the perfect moist critical clip for this one. The child porn. It was goofs, guys. Ha ha ha. Why aren't you laughing?
Oh God, is that? I don't follow moist enough to know what that is.
Oh, he
Is that like?
he was covering like a drama, and like the guy was like, "No, I just sent that as a joke."
Oh, okay. Well, that's always the cover for everything, right? It's like, oh, it's just a joke, you know. It's an easy cover because it's like you can say something
layers of
totally
satire.
serious and...
It's layers of satire. You just don't understand. But yeah, I think that's all we got for the Justin Roiland stuff. So thank you guys for listening on our input of that one, and goodbye, recorded YouTube audience. And hello again to the live YouTube audience.
Hello, live YouTube audience.
Oh boy, I'm so nervous. Yeah, I'm so nervous.
I'm too tired. Yeah. I just woke up. I'm just sitting here thinking horrible things like saying the N-word on Nerdy John's live stream. I'll say it. I'm gonna say it live in front of everybody. Neighbors.
Oh my God! And from the thumbnail, I gotta have like the Macaulay Culkin face.
Yes, yeah, it's the
mouth wide open.
Exactly.
All right.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, are you ready for you ready for pedo allegations?
Lay it on me.
All right, Mister. Or you know, we got a lovely topic about censorship.
Is this the Augie stuff? Or like the friend of Augie, like
yeah,
Cyrus,
yeah. Oh, you know, we have a lovely topic about censorship. If you want to watch that real quick.
I mean, it's up to you. I'll go for whatever.
You know, let's save the let's save the fanciest.
Serious problem with YouTube.
Okay, yeah. Oh, and you know and you know, there's double spice to this one because this is by a trans creator, so we might get in trouble for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I love living on the tightrope. It's
who is the trans creator?
A lovely individual by the name of Jalen.
Ah, yes, I've seen Jalen's stuff. I don't know anything about Jalen other than the fact that they are trans and that they are on Twitter and sometimes they have hot takes.
Yeah. Yeah, several hot takes. Blows. Wait. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Some of the live chatters. Blows someone's brain out. It was a joke, guys. It was just a prank.
It was a joke, guys. I didn't mean to spray his brains all over the wall. It was a joke.
You don't understand my humor.
You just don't get my humor. My humor is a revolver to the forehead.
All right. So, the title is YouTube has a serious problem, and in the thumbnail, Jalen shows Andrew Tate and the YouTube Shorts symbol. So what could that possibly be about?
Oh boy.
There is a serious problem with YouTube Shorts. As you guys know, recently, YouTube has really been pushing their competitor to TikTok, YouTube Shorts, even rolling out monetization for Shorts and offering a 45% revenue split with its creators, which is much more than what TikTok was offering. And YouTube seems to be gearing up to take control over the short-form content space. However, there is a serious problem.
There is a sinister side to YouTube Shorts.
So I would just say, so far, that sounds amazing because TikTok sucks, and I think that we should all be pushing YouTube. So all of that is a positive. I don't understand.
I don't want the Chinese to spy on me. I want the Americans to spy on me.
Well, it's like, even if you don't, like, because I totally 100% agree but even if you don't agree with that, like, just YouTube is just a better platform.
Yeah.
Like, the nice thing, okay, because this is actually very interesting for me, because I don't know if you saw it, but the other day I made a post about this. I just shared some of my numbers from doing some of my my shorts from my live streams.
Mm-hmm.
The shorts do amazing. Like, they do like the numbers that I get on my short, I got like, I got like 8,000, and this is for a channel of my size that has like 90 subs. You know, this is my second channel. Like, I got I think 8,000 views in like a week by just posting shorts every single day and just tagging them appropriately. This is very, very good for like smaller creators. So let's see what.
Yeah, I mean, especially for live streamers, it's good advertisement.
Well, how is this a bad thing?
Oh, she'll get into that. Don't worry.
The YouTube Shorts algorithm, and it may be playing a part in spreading
YouTube's algorithm seems to be funneling people to the alt-right.
Oh, that's where it. What's their pronoun? Is it her, she? I don't.
She, her, yeah.
What is this? She, her. Okay. Yeah. So what is she saying that? So is she really gonna go with the whole alt-right thing? Like the whole like channels to the alt-right? Is that really where this is going?
Well, did you know this exact thing happened to me? You know, I was just watching one Minecraft video, and the next thing you know, I was a supporter of Hitler. That's what happened with me.
You know, I was just watching like a sewing tutorial video, and then all of a sudden Paul Joseph Watson comes up and he's like, "Imagine my shock." And then next thing I know, I'm fucking watching like Peter Molyneux, who's talking about like, you know, the size of like the average African American skull in comparison to the Caucasian American skull. And the next thing I know, it's like, we're just turning the freaking frogs gay. And then I turn around and there's Tim Pool and I go, "Oh no, keep your beanie on." Ah.
Yeah.
And then there's Steven Crowder and I'm like, "No." It's like, what the fuck do you people mean? Like, who cares? Like, it's just ugh.
Do you imagine?
I hate this shit.
Imagine if like there was like a
conservative.
Well, I'm sure. I'm sure Steven Crowder and like the corner have already like tried to do something like this. But imagine if there was just someone like, "All right, if you watch this leads you down the alt left pipeline." You watch like one Steven Universe show and you're instantly for like kids going to drag shows.
Hot take. I think that's more likely. I think that's actually what happens. Like, and this is me partially speaking Overton window wise and not like being completely serious. But like, what I'm saying is that like, is that there is an incentive on YouTube to push content of a particular political view. And like, it is not on the right, it is on the left. Like, the left leaning opinions are the ones that are pushed the most, and they're the ones that are like, you know, actually propped up. For a good example of this is that you know, a company like Timcast, which is mostly centrist. I don't know how people feel about that, whatever. That's how I view it. Or like even a thing like, you know, Crowder's show, which is not like a news show necessarily, but it's more of a comedy show. They get strikes all the time on things. Whereas like the Young Turks, which is, you know, about as far left as you can go in terms of, you know, that style of content, like they don't get strikes at all, and they're actually promoted by YouTube. They're one of their like promoted top creators. So
yeah,
like,
you know,
if there's a pipeline to anywhere, it would be a pipeline to there.
Any black creators who like speak out against groups like Black Lives Matter, they pretty much get shadow banned, or like that video gets like a strike on it. Like Leon Lush has had to deal with a lot of that. I know creators like Gothic, who is like a black woman who likes to stream and talk about how she doesn't like BLM. There's another like comic book guy who's also black, and he talks about like why certain characters shouldn't just be retroactively made into black characters because it takes away from original black characters, and people have a problem with him and
John,
they strike down his channel.
What you're describing, what you're describing is nuanced opinions.
We
You're
can't
talking
have
about
that.
people who are moderates and not extremists. But you can't. Yeah, no, you can't have moderates on the platform.
What's
You know,
this?
you can't have
a
people
black
with
person
reasonable
who doesn't
opinions.
agree with black people? They can't instantly silence
Well,
them.
it's not even necessary. It's just so I'm clear, like it's not even necessarily that. What I'm saying is like makes it nuanced. What I'm saying is that like it's not as easy or clear as just like, oh, black person good, white person bad, like it, or just like, oh, like, hey, every time we do something for black people like that, like what you're describing, where it's like we make like a character a white character into a black character just for the sake of doing that, just for like the sake of diversity. Like the fact that somebody comes up and goes like, you know, somebody in that community, in that of that skin tone, I guess, sorry to say, like says like, hey, this is wrong, we shouldn't say, like, it's just like, it's so fucking crazy to me. I'm sorry, but like I hate having these conversations because no matter what you do, you're gonna have to be racist, because
at
this
least
is what
sound
these
a little
people have
bit,
made
right?
for us, is that we right, well that's what I mean, is like you almost have to be. They've made this whole conversation revolves around race in this way, so that you cannot talk about it without really coming off as a little bit racist, even if you're arguing for either side of it.
Right.
What is Jalen saying about this? What is Jalen saying?
Oh yeah. Let's get into that. If my video will load, Jesus.
And ruining
Oh,
an
I hate that.
entire generation of kids. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of Andrew Tate by now, the top G, as he calls himself. He is currently
Some refer to him as the top G. What is this 4chan?
I don't refer to him as the top G. I'm just saying he's the top G.
currently one of the most popular and
Wait, what are these? Andrew Tate, Mr. Beast, and Jesus. What?
Holy
What?
shit. Jesus Christ. So you're saying that, like, okay, so let me get this straight. Andrew Tate is more popular. I like that it's like one little spike, like right there. Because
Yeah.
this is how everybody interacted with Andrew Tate. Nobody knew who the fuck Andrew. Okay, so that first spike right there, like the first one, that's like in the middle of the graph for Andrew Tate.
Mhm.
I guarantee you that's like his kick. I don't know. I'm guessing. I think this is his kickboxing career. So this is like when he was like more of a kickboxer, like people knew him for that. And then he like went into obscurity, and then he came back like out of nowhere because all the man did was he had a reasonable amount of money. He started marketing himself as somebody who is going to be canceled, and that's how he got popular. That's literally how he got popular.
Well-
was he just started marketing himself
well,
as being somebody
actually,
who's going to be canceled.
He was
That's it.
actually popular like a couple years ago. Because he was still doing like Hustlers University. He would have like purposefully outrageous takes like real men don't watch like Star Wars, you know, that kind of thing to get like public outrage.
I mean, I didn't see that, but fair enough if that exists. Well, that's what I mean is like, I think he understood the writing on the wall, and I think at some point he realized like, hey, if I do this like culture war stuff and I just really go into the line of fire, you know, the blowback that I get is going to be my own marketing. Because he's pretty much said as much in like a few interviews that he did in Piers Morgan and stuff. I'm not interested in Andrew Tate, but I'm interested in Andrew Tate. if it
Yeah,
makes
I
sense.
get what you're saying. We're not like one of his cult members, but like you know, it's an interesting story.
I mean, I canceled my my Hustler whatever program he's got, like, you know, like a week ago. So, you know, obviously I'm not a huge, like, I just supported him for like 3 years, you know, financially. But like, don't look into that. It's fine.
He
I
said
put it on my
women.
tax report.
He said women were good at cooking, and like me personally, I like he complimented a woman, and like I felt like he stopped being the top G at that point.
I mean, he's the top G in his own book, that's for sure.
influential people on the internet right now, and it looks like YouTube Shorts may be playing a crucial role in Andrew Tate's success. On the surface, Andrew Tate appears to just be a self-help guru that gives good advice to young men. He's very rich, successful, has...
He's got them Bugattis. However he says it. He says
Hi,
it's
Xylee.
weird. Yo, we got
Sorry,
oh god, we got Xylee on. He's literally the most searched person in the world. He's more popular
True.
than Jesus.
lots of women, which is everything a young guy would want, right? However, he uses that fact to take advantage of young men and spread some very harmful ideas and messaging about women.
I said if I were to get on a plane,
Like
that plane was to fly into the eye of a hurricane, there was a 50% chance of it crashing. I'd want a male pilot because I think that males. Well, I would choose a man.
And I'm sure you guys know that recently.
That is so out of context.
Based.
So out of context. Jesus, there are so many reasons why you would want an airliner person who's a male and not a female. Okay, here's a good for instance. That's not sexist at all. Okay, women have lower bone density. Okay, if somebody is a pilot, and I don't know, there's probably like more science here that I'm just being stupid for. But what I'm saying is that like there are other reasons why you would want somebody in that position that don't have anything to do with just like, oh, women are bad at driving. They're bad at driving sky cars, and that's why we shouldn't have them. You know, we should have them in the sky kitchens and not in the sky pilot seat.
Making my sky sandwiches.
Exactly. They're the ones that make the airline the airline food. It's got to be men that make those though, because I don't think women would make food that shitty. You know what I mean?
True.
Now I'm the sexist. Okay, never mind.
Arrested for allegedly doing some very bad things, and some audios have come out where he alludes to doing bad things to women. To say the least, it's pretty clear that Andrew Tate does not have the best view of women. Like this guy is straight out of the 1950s. Anyway, it appears that.
We need someone to do an edit now of like of an Andrew Tate thing. Just put like the black and gray film grain filter on, and like just distort the audio to make it sound like from the 1950s.
No, we need to intercut him with like the interviews of Sean Connery slapping his wife, and and I can't remember who the interviewee was, but she was like, "Do you slap your wife?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course I slap my wife," and she's just like, "But that's wrong." And he's like, "I don't know, sometimes she deserves it." Like just intercut like Andrew Tate with that.
He explained it. It was like, no, you should never. Yeah, he clarified. I said you should never hit a woman with a closed fist. It's always open palm.
That's right. Don't hit women, by the way. It's
yeah.
nice. No.
Hot take here, guys. Don't hit women. Don't be like Justin Roiland.
Hi, tipster.
Yeah, good morning, tipster.
Good morning, everybody, just in general.
Yeah, it's a nerdy in the morning. We're talking about very nerdy topics like Andrew Tate.
So power scaling wise, where do you think Andrew Tate lines up? Okay, let's just
I mean, are we including his Bugattis in this?
He's mountain level.
That YouTube Shorts have been heavily promoting Andrew Tate, and I'd say that they are a huge part of the reason as to why Andrew Tate is as popular as he is. And these Andrew Tate clips have essentially taken over YouTube Shorts, and you are pretty much guaranteed to come across an Andrew Tate clip after a few swipes. Now, this is a serious problem because obviously a lot of the people that are watching these YouTube Shorts are kids.
Wait, pause it.
Yeah.
So I am someone of a particular political view to where, if anybody from what I can see, if anybody's going to be getting those types of clips, it would be me. And I don't get those clips. So Jalen, maybe it's the case that, I don't know, maybe YouTube senses that you're somebody on the other side of politics from what Andrew Tate is. And maybe the algorithm likes to boost content based on what they think is going to drive clicks. And maybe, I don't know, maybe political opinions of the opposite sort, maybe those are promoted to you because they know that they're going to make you angry, so that you're going to click on, that you're going to write a comment, so that you can actually boost it in the algorithm. Maybe it's the case that like you know, I mean, like because like who out here, like I'm not saying that like Andrew Tate videos are not promoted to people on YouTube or anything like that. It's just that like, well, is this really that prevalent of a problem?
We're also too like, okay, so I'll give you some examples. So like let's say you're researching a topic for like a YouTube video. And let's say it's like a topic that's usually out of your wheelhouse, but after like you search the topic for like 5 different times on like Google or YouTube, you're gonna start getting recommended YouTube videos of that nature, whether it's from that creator directly or content similar to theirs. So like my guess is like whatever video that Jalen was researching probably had something to do with Andrew Tate to some degree, and started getting recommended his videos.
This is really funny actually, because it's tied up with this. This is short, I promise. Like I was talking on live, so I was in the Wham Recording server, and we were just talking about like different shows that are coming up, and they mentioned that Xylie's going to be on Wham Recording. Go support Wham Recording podcast. Great show.
We are the editors, you know, the gay editors, and
are the editors.
Please help us. We only get paid in
I-
breadcrumbs, and I only got one last time.
I mean,
please help.
I mean, I am a gay filmmaker, so you speak for yourself. But no, but like, so we were talking about Xylee. We said, oh, Xylee's going to be on Wyman recording. And we were just talking about, and I have been meaning to catch the broadcast for like a hot minute, and I just haven't been able to because every time I try to search it on YouTube, it like just doesn't come up, which is sad, you know. And I'll try to like dig into it a little bit more.
I think it's linked. I think Xylee has it linked through her channels.
No. So hear me out. So what I was saying is that like the reason why I bring this up is because I was just talking in the Wham recording server. I got done with that, and then you know I disconnected from the server, and then I just like went on YouTube, and the first thing that pulled up on my phone, very top, was the broadcast. Like it was literally just right there. So it's like YouTube your phone listens to you, and it'll give you stuff that you're gonna be like looking into. You know, so it's. I think you're right on the money, John.
They're always watching.
This person's just looking up Andrew Tate a lot.
Yeah. Oh, Maggot Edit says they get paid in breadcrumbs and are forced to twerk. Yeah. We got hoe ourselves out for money. I mean,
We gotta negotiate for like a whole loaf of bread.
Yeah, I mean, luckily D-Max knows how to throw it back, you know. But
and forward.
Yeah. But
side to side too. I don't know. It depends on how much money we're talking.
Exactly.
So they start watching YouTube Shorts to be entertained. But as they're scrolling, they start to get fed these Andrew Tate clips. And maybe it starts out with a clip of Andrew Tate talking about how to be successful, how to be rich, talking about how he has all these cars. And obviously, that's appealing to a young kid. And slowly, the YouTube algorithm starts to feed these kids.
I don't know. They're gonna see how rich he is. I think there's gonna be like 12 different rappers that they're probably gonna be listening to.
Okay, here's a thing for the left. I'm just gonna give this one to the left, okay? If you don't want people to go away from your ideology, then maybe you don't demonize them. Like it should be that simple, right? Like shouldn't you see that from your own perspective? Because like they're all about the marginalized until the marginalized become people that they don't like anymore.
Well,
like
you know
this
what?
is what kills me.
You ever watch
is that
ABBA and Preach? Because like I agree with this point. You ever watch ABBA and Preach, and they perfectly summed it up. You know what they said? You know what? No, Andrew Tate's not the perfect guy to talk about men's issues and men's rights, this and that, whatever, right? But he's also one of the only people talking about it. And look, I'm not saying men's issues are more important than women's issues or vice versa or whatever, right? But what I'm saying is, when you have a group, when you have a generation of guys growing up in an environment where they are constantly demonized, talk about how they're the ones who, like, it was their kind that caused majority of the problems in the world, they're gonna feel certain ways.
This whole battle of the sexes thing is just so, like, I mean, it's always been a thing. Right, like there's always been like some tension between men and women, like who's better, you know, who's who's got more oppression points or whatever. But like my point is just that like listen, it's not like it's weird to me that there are leftists out there, and I don't know Jalen, so maybe Jalen isn't like total leftist, I don't know, but like
oh no, she is.
People of that okay, so leftism, like people of that certain political view. It's like they're pushing people away with the things that they're saying by basically being bigots of their own degree to people that they don't think they can actually be bigots towards, which is a whole other conversation. But like they're doing this, and then they're surprised, like, wait a minute, but why are you guys leaving? We just said that they're like we just said that we don't like cisgender white men. Why are all the cisgender white men leaving? So like, well, I wonder why. Like, and then you wonder why people like fucking what's his name? Who's the guy who's like helping out Kanye now?
Nick Fuentes.
Shit.
Milo
Nick
Yiannopoulos.
Fuentes. Yeah, and then you wonder why people go to Nick Fuentes. It's like Nick Fuentes is an identitarian on the other side of things. Like if somebody's predisposed for the idea of like, hey, I should be with my own like group of people that look like me and act like me, like if they're predisposed for that and then they get kicked out of the identitarian space of like the left, then they're gonna go to fucking Nick Fuentes and his band of like alt-right people or whatever. They're gonna go to like, and I'm not even sure necessarily if Nick, I don't.
He's a genuine neo-Nazi, by the way. He's a genuine neo-Nazi.
He is. Okay. Wasn't sure if like he was or if that was just
genuinely
more, like,
hateful person.
You know, everybody gets called
I mentioned ABBA and Preach. He was in like a debate with ABBA, and he said, "Look, ABBA, black men shouldn't be with white women.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like, yeah,
That's-
he's unironically a neo-Nazi. With that being said, it's
There's
like
a
the
whole other
right doesn't care.
conversation.
Like, yeah, the right doesn't care about men. Like, they don't care. Like, the right doesn't care about you as much as the left doesn't care about you. It's just like who are they able to use at the time? If it was, if it was like, let's say in an alternate universe, it was popular to crap on women as much as it is to crap on men right now. Like the left, it would be popular in the left. Don't worry. Well, and then like,
Well, I'm sure there was times where that was the case.
yeah. Well,
Like, the
another
pendulum
thing
swings and
too
all-
is just like, like, you know, like the male feminist type. I'm talking like the Edwin type, where it's like, yeah, I'm for
like the Edwin type. Yeah.
yeah, I'm for women's issues, and then you find out that like they're like they assault people behind the scenes, or they try
It's
to
a Freudian
solicit.
complex. It's literally just like basic psychology. It's just like whenever you're trying to repress something, it's going to come out in some other form or way.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So like I think for a lot of these male feminists, like I think that they are. It's literally the trope in the meme of the white knight, where it's like they're just trying so hard and they're such nice, good guys. And in their mind, there's just no way that like
I'm just a
like
nice
woman that they
guy.
genuflect to wouldn't. Yeah, that they wouldn't like immediately just start sucking on their knob. Like they just can't believe it. They're just like, but I'm the good guy. Like I should be afforded to be able to be a chauvinist because I am the good one.
Yeah. You should sleep with me because I said you hair look pretty.
Yeah, I said your Tumblr looked good, so now you love me.
I dyed my hair blue like yours.
We have solidarity together. Dude, I have my tits out too.
More and more content like that. And slowly, you have a kid who is just watching some YouTube videos become more and more radicalized, essentially. And they start becoming heavily
By the way, I love how she's showing like clips of like Vosh here, who's like unironically a communist.
Yeah, what does she mean by that? Like, what does she mean by doing that?
I
Is it the other guy she's trying to say or something?
don't know.
influenced by
Ran out of
Andrew.
clips,
And so
I
there have
guess.
been many reports of these young boys.
Teacher claims 11-year-old boy was yelling at girls, calling them fat because of Andrew Tate. Or maybe he was just an 11. Maybe like I'm not justifying the kid's actions, but you know, kids are
No.
pretty mean.
Okay, Jalen.
Does anyone remember?
So Jalen, you how sorry, I'm not trying to dox anybody. How old is Jalen? Do you know?
she's like
20s,
20.
I'm guessing.
She's like 20, around
Okay.
around our age.
So, Nerdy John, do you remember when we were younger? Because I know you're quite a bit younger than me too. You're probably closer to Jalen than I am. Do you remember the like Pokemon card craze?
Oh
Do you remember
god, yeah,
that?
it was
Were
great.
you like old enough for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So, but like people, they were making news articles and shit saying that like people were getting into fights on the schoolyard because over like Pokemon cards, and then so then they had to like ban them from schools, right? So imagine being now living in the year 2023 and bringing this particular news article up. Teacher claims 11-year-old boys are telling girls they are fat because of Andrew Tate. Like imagine that you lived through that, and then you're gonna like have this weird take. It's like, dude, 11-year-old boys call girls fat for all sorts of reasons, and I'm sure it has nothing to do with Andrew Tate.
I mean, like 11-year-old girls make fun of 11-year-old boys all the time as well. Like kids are cruel at that age.
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
Also,
That's
we
what I'm
got
saying.
a
Like,
caller. It's a
11
woman
they're
though.
11.
It's a woman though. Do we want a
Oh, shit.
woman in this
Shit,
space?
maggots.
I'm
I don't
kidding.
know.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's
can
get
we,
her in
can we
here.
afford it?
Yo, maggots, how are you
Maggot, how's it
doing?
going?
Oh, hang on a second.
What?
Why does it do that?
Oh,
Oh, there it goes. For some reason, it works just like a speakerphone or whatever. It's weird. I don't know.
Oh yeah, like when it first comes into the Discord calls.
yeah.
Yeah.
I fully agree with Jalen. I think everybody is just a fascist neo-Nazi, and
Who advocate for the death of trans people?
Well, really, what it is that
I have to apologize. I was in Nick Fuentes' Twitter space for like a minute and 30 seconds, and
mask off. You are a neo-Nazi.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry, I took part in the hatred of.
Basically, Jalen and goes, finally, not a fascist. Like everyone else apparently is a fascist, except for the one person.
Dude,
she sees in the
Jalen
mirror,
unironically says the N-word though to black people.
And,
Like
you know,
as
that's
an
the crazy
insult.
part.
This
That's
is what
the
I'm saying.
crazy part. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
this
like,
is why I'm
I
so
get
confused.
being
Look, all I'm
edgy.
saying is I
get
haven't
being
heard
edgy, but
Andrew Tate's half black, and I haven't heard him say the N-word once.
true. I mean, I get it. I know a lot of people do say it, so it's like, I mean, whatever. But it's a little bit different with Jalen, just because I don't know. Like, they sit there and then they're edgy, but then they turn around and then they're calling out other people for being edgy, and it's like, but it's fine when you do it. Like, I don't understand why.
It's the
It's such a big
Jalen
deal.
cycle. Like, dude, yeah, I wanted to bring this up a bit. Like, Jalen was on a whole Twitter rant last night, talking about how they can't just ignore what people say about her on Twitter. It's like, it's pretty easy. Just turn off the notifications for Twitter. I don't know. Jalen's got a girlfriend. Go spend time with your girlfriend.
Yeah, I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about Jalen. I don't. Yeah, that's a whole other situation.
Is this person like terminally online? Is that what you're?
Yes, terminally online. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Their entire they talked about this before, but their entire life revolves around YouTube.
I feel so. Okay, all right. I feel bad. As you guys know, I don't mention this very often, but I am a gay filmmaker, and it sucks because it's like I know that there are plenty. I've talked to plenty of people like this where it's like they have a particular axe to grind because of a particular like lifestyle that they have, and like the perception that they have that there is like injustices upon them. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying like it's perceived, like everybody's life experience is perceived. It's sad. It's like I hate that this person has this perspective, has this life that has led them to these types of opinions where it's like they just see everything from this lens that like everybody's out to get them, or like it's like, because for somebody like me, right, somebody who's I guess in the community on the broader side of it, like it's just like I look at Andrew Tate and I'm not threatened by Andrew Tate. I don't care about Andrew Tate. I think it's interesting to talk about him from time to time just because of like his rise in influence and like who he is and like the zeitgeist around him and all of that stuff. But like just the man himself, like I'm not worried that 8-year-olds are to Andrew Tate and are gonna be like, bitch, get in the kitchen, like make me a sandwich. Like people, young men, boys have been joking like that forever, and it's fine.
Yeah, and then
like,
usually
Maggots, do you get upset? Do you get upset when people say get in the kitchen, like whatever?
No, I don't.
Well, usually,
I'm honestly a little misogynist myself,
Well, usually what
guess
happens
women
is like 11-year-old boys keep saying that, and then it takes one of the tomboys to beat the crap out of them.
Yeah. No, because this is the equalizer of a culture, right? Is that like as a young person, when you're like below the age of I think like 14 or 15, typically girls develop faster, like they mature faster, they grow faster. Usually they're bigger than the boys are at like a younger age, and so like it's the metric of like talk shit, get hit kind of a thing. And I suffered this in high school, or not in high school, but like in elementary school. I had a lot of girlfriends. And I would make a joke or like a crass remark or something like that, and they would beat the shit out of me. And then I learned, and that's how you develop chivalry.
He learned his place.
I think that like there's a big difference too. It's like we don't know what Andrew Tate's like when he's not on video. Like it's obvious he's playing a bit.
Yeah.
Like if anybody watches Andrew Tate and doesn't think he's playing a bit, like you've got something wrong with you. Like nobody acts like that in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, like there are real things that you could criticize Andrew Tate for. I guess Jalen put out a video talking about the whole shorts thing on YouTube and how people are going to start monetizing it, and she was talking about how it's going to affect all these kids because it's mainly kids that watch shorts, and they're going to get promoted Andrew Tate videos, and it's just going to ruin their
YouTube
lives
shorts.
forever.
These kids are going to go down a rabbit hole of appreciating Satan because of Pokemon. That's all I hear.
Yeah.
Like whenever anybody says that kind of shit, that's all I hear is like you are the religious right in the 90s that was crazy, satanic panic, whatever you want to call it. Like
You can't listen
that's
to that
you now.
rock music. You can't
That's what
listen to
you're
that
doing.
rap music.
Like these people don't understand like punk rock. They don't get it. Like they think they're punk rock, but they're not. Like you guys are not edgy. You guys are not cool. You know? Like you have thrown that away because you like I just wonder like why is it? Like why are there so many people like especially younger people in their like 20s why are they so okay with like going around like just doing establishment narratives?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, that's
Like
that's
I
the
get it.
thing.
Like Andrew Tate
Remember
has
when,
things to
remember when the left, like the whole identity of being the left was that you were the like you were the radical minority, and that you weren't the dog of the government. But now it's
but
like
now Jalen's like, we gotta do the establishment thing. You know, we can't have YouTube. We can't have YouTubers be up and comers. We can't have YouTubers be monetized. Like, talk about shooting yourself in the foot.
yeah.
Yeah, for
Also,
real. I
what
don't
what
know
extent
why-
to that does that go to? Like, let's say in like Jalen's perfect world, no one's allowed to like have like clips of Andrew Tate. Does that include criticizing him too? Because oftentimes that's what happens when you show banned content.
Hey, Jalen, you can make YouTube shorts too.
True.
Also, do you have
Why don't you
anything
just
else
do
to
that?
add, Maggot Edits?
No, I like Jalen, but it's just a little. I do agree. I think they're very like reactionary and like impulsive, and I think they get way too caught up into everything. And honestly, it would probably be good for Jalen to maybe take a step back from the internet for a little bit, maybe take a little bit of a break. I know every time they say they're going to take a break, they never actually take one.
No, they don't.
They kind of just come back like an hour later, but
They
it might be good for Jalen to actually take a little bit of a break from the community. I mean, they're just
Well, this is
they're
the
being
thing.
dogs right
Jalen
now, and
Jalen acts
rightfully
like
so.
she acts like she can't make she acts like she can't make commentary videos while being a leftist. Here's the thing. There are plenty of successful like commentary type channels that, you know, make commentary videos, but they're not necessarily in the commentary community. Anyway, thank you, Maggot Edits, for your call. We're going to get you out of here real quick so that way we can on to the next caller.
All right, peace out.
Thanks, Megan.
All right, okay. Our next caller is Gibdo. Oh, Gibdo. Yo, Gibdo, how you doing?
What's he gonna Gibdo?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up?
So I have
what's
something to
up?
add. Yo, what's up? Sorry. So I have something to add to like the Cyrus thing. You know that he makes music, right?
I mean, dude, every commentary channel above 1 million subs does music. Of course he does.
Yeah. But did you like he's an underground rapper. He's not like most YouTube rappers. You feel me?
He's part of that grind. He's part of the gang. You know, he's part of that ops.
He's like a SoundCloud rapper. And he's like,
Is he good?
I mean, he is, but like his music is not like for everybody. It's like
Does he
like-
rap about being a brony?
avant-garde. Does he rap about being a brony? What? He has a brony. He has like a My Little Pony cover art. That's the thing.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
his aesthetic.
Discord, I'm howling at the moon. It's a good song. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
So why'd you bring that up? Like why?
Because I thought
because
because I knew who 6'7" was. I knew who Cyrus was. I didn't know that they were the same person. Like I'm pretty-
That's his rap name,
I consider myself
6'7"?
pretty well versed in the under. Yeah, his rap name 6'7". Yeah.
well, he's two away. He's only 2 numbers away from the funny one. You know,
Yeah.
missed that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
But like, yeah, and he has a collective too. It's called Greed, but it's dead now because.
So like, I know we're gonna be getting into that like soon. I don't really know too much about the Augie boys and like and Cyrus and like I don't know anything.
yeah,
Like, so I've been trying to stay.
One of them was John Swan, and you know who John Swan is.
I've heard, but I don't like it. I only got into like this space maybe like a couple weeks ago. I'm trying to say this less and less because I hate having to say it, but like
I'm only. I'm
I-
new.
so
I'm
I don't
new,
know a lot of the,
guys.
like,
I'm
ancient
new.
lore.
Please be nice.
yeah, like so people say John Swan. Like I've heard that there was some controversy around the guy, and people don't really associate with him. But beyond that, I don't really know anything.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
he lies a lot, and he hangs
he
out
was
with
a
like
lot,
12-year-olds in Discord. That's all you really need to know.
Oh well,
I mean,
yikes.
yeah.
But anyway,
It's-
anything else? Give due.
I need to talk about something about Andrew Tate too as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Because like here's the thing. I understand that maybe sometimes when some kid does something and just there's gonna be someone that blames it on the social media stars like Andrew Tate and whatnot, and then that might not be true. But like I want to bring up someone. I want to bring up IShowSpeed because I like IShowSpeed, but like he is kind of problematic in this regard. Like there was this, that one incident that happened like at the World Cup where like he was with this Asian guy, and then he was like saying "Konnichiwa" repeatedly for a bit, and then he's like saying, "Oh, he's not." Like the Chinese guy was repping Argentina and whatnot. That was the thing that caught his attention.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Black Lives Matter would say, well, black people have been marginalized by the Asian community for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, okay. I mean, I don't know, but I never seen anyone from Black Lives Matter say that. But like,
Well,
you know what I mean?
I mean, IShowSpeed is like a character, right?
Yeah,
Like he's
he
not. Like,
is.
it's not
He
real.
He is.
No.
But like, my thing is, yeah, I know he probably saw all of what he was doing, whatever became so controversial, whatever he did that became controversial. I am 100% sure that he thought he was just joking around and whatnot, and he was like 17 at the time too. You feel me? It's like,
Well, I'll be honest with you, dude. Like, I'm not sure I'm gonna go with you on the moral panic with the with saying konnichiwa to Asian people. Like, I don't think it's maybe like the nicest thing to do, but I do think it's funny.
Yeah. Well, D-Max, don't you
legitimately think
know?
it's
As
pretty
soon as
funny.
D-Max, don't you know? It starts out by saying konnichiwa to Asian people. Then they're being executed in the
Like,
streets.
I wouldn't do it, but like, I don't know.
I think I
Like,
would.
It's just like, it's IShowSpeed, You would, yeah. Well, you're nerdy, of course, but like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Why are you
Here's
so
the thing.
outraged by it? Like, why? Like, are you Asian?
I'm not outraged by
Oh,
it.
okay.
I'm just saying. There's
Okay.
like, the difference between like I agree with you. I don't think that people should be morally outraged over IShowSpeed of all people. But
Okay.
like the difference, like that's the thing. There's a difference between IShowSpeed and like Andrew Tate, no, or like Sneeko. That's a better example. Sneeko.
Oh god,
entire
Sneeko
brand
is just so dumb,
are
dude. He's like a
actually
complete
promoting
idiot.
that shit.
Like this dude,
Yeah, he's an idiot.
promotes conservatism and like being religious, but like watches dudes like blow out his girlfriend's back.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Gotta love the hypocrisy. You gotta.
Well,
love
no,
the,
you can't. I'm sorry, but you
that's
can't. You
fine.
can't act like a tough alpha male as soon as you like watching your girlfriend, get banged by another dude.
Yeah.
People listen. The one thing I will say, because I agree with that, but like the one thing I will say is that everybody's a hypocrite. Like everybody has things that they, say into like, it's because we're always like as people, we're always trying to be the best version of ourselves, which means that you have to criticize the world and things that you see in the world that you wish to do better yourself. Which means that sometimes you can criticize something in the world that you wish that you could do better. But when people are out there and they're like they're preaching, that sort of thing to like everybody else, it's like it's a different level of hypocrisy to like a private person who's just struggling with things and trying to deal with it and whatever. It's like if you're a content creator and you say that kind of shit like outwardly, and then you have that as your private life, like, of course people shouldn't respect you. Like, or they should, like, less people should respect you, or maybe people should just respect you less in general because it's like you're not living by what you preach. So
Yeah.
that's my one.
Well, that's a weird thing though. He does preach like non-monogamous relationships. Like
He
he's very,
does preach non-monogamous.
but yeah,
relationships?
but he also preaches conservatism and being religious. That's the thing. It's like the two ideas kind of don't
mean-
coincide with each other.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I have not
Yeah.
heard of this guy.
Yeah, like the closest
yeah,
thing I guess he
yeah,
would
as
be
I
is
was
like an
saying-
old
So wait,
school conservative Mormon.
So wait, Gibda. So like, how would you relate that then to like the Andrew Tate thing? Because you were saying like you brought up I Show Speed or I Show Speed.
No, I was basically saying that Andrew Tate and Sneeko pride their brand off of promoting these ideas, these like ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I Show Speed, for all I know, has no real correlation with that. You feel me?
Question. Do you think that like so? Let's say, okay, let's say for the sake of argument that Andrew Tate, for instance, does not believe in any like he doesn't personally practice any of the things that he actually preaches, on the internet. Like, would you say that would make him a grifter?
Yeah,
Like,
he'd be a grifter, or he would be a grifter.
because I'm just curious because like I've heard that term slung around so much, and it's like I don't know what that means. Like, because I've heard also people say that certain people are grifters even if they agree or believe in what they're preaching. It's like I feel like that's just like an
Pandering.
idea
Grifting is
that's
like pandering. Grifting is
Pandering.
like moving the different side. I don't know.
So-
I
so
don't
you're
know.
saying,
I haven't- what?
yeah. Okay, well that's fair. I mean, pandering. You're pandering to your own side, or you're pandering to like something that is popular within your own circle or whatever like
Yeah.
that. It's just weird. It's like I like again I go back to the whole thing about hypocrisy. It's like everybody's a hypocrite on some level.
Yeah,
You know?
well, of course,
Like-
that being said, I feel like when you start banning people like Sneeko, like Andrew Tate, you kind of, in a way, give them more power because the people who already buy
Yes.
into what they say are like, oh my God, you see, the establishment's trying to shut them down because they're afraid of the truth.
The Matrix are coming in and telling us that the frogs are not turning the friggin'
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
they're
like the best thing you can like the thing that like these Sneeko types, these like Andrew Tate types, what they want is moral outrage to some degree. They want you to outrage against what they say, and that's why they get the attention that they do.
Yeah. I mean, a good example of that, just to cap it off, I guess, is I was listening because I got intrigued by the I don't know if you're gonna talk about it. Maybe you were gonna talk about it yesterday or something, but the Steven Crowder versus like Daily Wire stuff. I'm not like a huge fan of anybody necessarily, but I just thought it was interesting just to look at. One of the things that came up from that interview that he did with Tim Pool was Steven Crowder actually admitted to purposefully doing bits about copyrighted material so that the YouTube copyright system would copyright claim him and then would actually make it so that his videos can now be monetized, which means that they're pushed out to more people. So like what I'm saying is that the reason why I bring this up is because I think this is kind of what happens with a lot of these people. And this is what I think made Andrew Tate so popular is that he identified that like, hey, when you say stuff like this, when you do things like this, the left or whoever, just, the culture at the time, like everybody's going to come after you with everything that they've got, which means that your name is in their mouth, so it promotes you. It makes you more popular over time. And eventually it gets to the point to where you become like an Andrew Tate, where it's just like one day, everybody, like we all wake up and there Andrew Tate is on our timeline. And we're just thinking to ourselves, this man is getting canceled and I've never heard his name before. Because that's what happened that was my first interaction with Andrew Tate was like, I've never heard of him and he's canceled. I don't know who this person is. Am I supposed to jump on the bandwagon to say, yeah, this guy's an asshole? Like, I don't know him.
Yeah, this actually has correlation because there's this whole thing, and I don't want to come across as like Christian pandering here.
Okay.
If that sounds weird as fuck, but like back in like Roman times, there would be these executions of like all these Christians. There'd be Christians and there would be Romans, and then the Romans they held these events where they like executed a bunch of Christians. And like the thing about those things is that the Christians were very faithful to their religion. And so they stayed that way till the very end, till like they were executed and whatnot. And then there was a bunch of these Roman people that were watching this, and they felt that. They felt the to commit their integrity to their faith. And they were like, they started feeling bad for them, and
You
as a
make a
result,
martyr. Yeah, you make a martyr.
yeah, they're martyrs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they became martyrs, and as a result, some of the people that were watching these started to feel bad, and then it became easier to convert for them to convert over to that faith.
Hmm.
So to pull it back then to this Jalen video, like this exact actual screenshot that you're on right now, Nerdy John, is perfect. It is emblematic of exactly what Gibdo here is talking about.
Yeah.
It's that like like what you're doing is you're making it so that like you are creating a martyr out of a man. You know, Andrew Tate is just a man, but the more that the more that the powers that be go after this dude, the more of a martyr they're going to make, and the more they're going to make it so that, you know, people will want to listen to him. They're going to think that he's somebody who needs to be listened to because their enemies are going after them.
Well,
you know?
plus too, this is like the natural thing with kids or like teenagers in general. You tell them not to do something, they kind of want to do it.
Yes, that's right. It's the counterculture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the ultimate advantage that the people that aren't in power tend to have, is that they demonstrate their strength to enough people, then that gets more of those people. If they demonstrate enough strength, then eventually the ones above them will cave in, and like they'll take power.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your calling,
Yeah, 'cause it's all
Gibdo.
about it. Yeah.
Take care, man.
Have a good one.
All right now. Okay, let's finish up this video.
Okay.
Going to school and repeating the type of stuff that Andrew Tate says, and they're essentially bullying their classmates.
I just like imagine like they tried to imitate his accent too, because his accent's weird. Because he's American.
His accent is weird.
That was raised in Britain, but he also came back to
He's
the
got like
US.
a Cockney accent, but he's like, he talks kind of like he's got like a weird like
He's got
wah
something.
thing to him.
He's got something in his throat, you know.
Yeah, it does like that. Yeah.
Just love that
Well, this
reframe
isn't
of Jalen right
necessarily
there.
A new thing, right? Back when I was a kid, Sky Does Minecraft was like the hit thing, and so kids would watch Sky Does Minecraft, and they'd go to school and they would repeat what they heard from Sky Does Minecraft. Everyone wanted to be Sky Does Minecraft, which wasn't that big of a deal considering back then he was just a Minecraft YouTuber. But now you have kids watching this stuff on YouTube Shorts or TikTok, and then they go to school and they start treating their peers or their teachers or the girls around them with disrespect. And these
Again, kids don't need a lot of reasons to give any like other kids disrespect. It could be because you're wearing like the wrong shoes.
Jalen, again, you are the religious right of the 90s. That's what you're doing right now. You're saying like, oh, these people aren't like Andrew Tate isn't virtuous. The youth should be watching somebody virtuous. It's like, how about just leave the kids alone?
Yeah.
These young kids essentially get in this like echo chamber, right? And they have no idea the stuff that they're being fed is wrong or harmful. And this stuff is going to have a negative impact on the youth for years to come.
Children
And
are
YouTube Shorts
stupid,
are
by the
playing a
way.
huge part of this.
Exactly,
So
they
I
are,
really hope as
100%.
YouTube Shorts continue to grow and as they refine the algorithm, they make sure that stuff like this doesn't happen again. Someone like Andrew Tate is not able to take over the home feeds of millions or potentially billions of kids around the world. I think YouTube kind of has a responsibility to ensure that people are not being fed harmful ideas like this. I mean,
YouTube has a responsibility. I hate that so much. YouTube has a responsibility.
No, parents have a responsibility. YouTube has well, I guess YouTube has a responsibility too, like, you know, to not have like purely illicit content on their website when their own TOS says that they're not allowed to do that, you know. Like they have responsibilities in that way, but it's like in terms of like child rearing, YouTube has no fucking responsibility to your children. The whole concept to me of YouTube children or children YouTube, I don't even know what they call it, like YouTube kids, that's what it is.
Yeah.
The whole concept of that to me is kind of evil. Like it's something that has never existed before on the internet, and I don't think that it's going to have a net positive at all. You know?
Yeah, and if like
I think
if
it limits people.
If you're so worried about like kids being radicalized, well, maybe the kids shouldn't have been given iPads to begin with.
That's what I'm saying. This
Yeah,
is exactly
kids,
what I'm saying. Is that
kids
like, yeah,
don't need
yeah.
kids don't need an iPhone 14 at the age of 10.
It's like, hey, like maybe highbrow, you know, philosophical debates are maybe not meant for children. Like, I'm not saying that Andrew Tate engages in that, but what I'm saying is that, like, if Andrew Tate is making a nuanced thing, like, especially coded in the whole thing of, like, again, Andrew Tate is a bit of a character. He's not really saying all these things legit when he's, actually doing his bit. But, if he's talking about, like, a highbrow concept, it's like, and then an 8-year-old comes up and just like, oh my gosh, like, wow, gee willikers, jolly good gosh, like, this guy has some interesting points. It's because, like, the kid can't even fucking count his animal crackers. Like, what do you
His
want
target
from him,
audience isn't even kids. It's meant to be like teenagers to young
Yes.
adults.
It's basically like Andrew Tate's going after Jordan Peterson's crowd. Like, he's just going through like the 18 to 35 range, which is honestly the demographic most people are going for. Like, nobody's like, I don't think Andrew Tate is trying to market to children. It doesn't make any sense. Like, do children really care about Bugattis and bitches? I don't think they do.
No, like there are YouTubers who you can see are clearly advertising to kids. There are TikTokers who are clearly trying to advertise to kids.
By the way, sorry, quick shout out, because I've been seeing him in chat. Quick shout out to Ren. Ren makes some great fucking
Dude, he
videos.
does.
Just top notch shit.
Yeah, I love Ren's art.
Ren is a goat. Ren's goated.
He is. He does really really good thumbnails too for like now recording. They're really awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I I don't think I don't think Andrew Tate's like, alrighty guys, today we're gonna be talking about Bugatti and why women should stay in the kitchen. Like, he doesn't talk like that.
This is the color blue. Can you say blue? Blue for bitches. Blue bitches. Like, no, Andrew Tate's not. Actually, I would love it if Andrew Tate would make that kind of content.
Oh
I
my
would
god,
watch it.
that would be comedy gold. Get on that, Andrew Tate. We're giving you free ideas here. But yeah, and also too, like, another thing with Jalen is that, like, obviously, like, Jalen is a highly insecure person. And they
No.
you couldn't tell. If you couldn't tell.
No. What do you mean? What does that even mean?
Yeah, exactly. Apparently she keeps getting comments that, like, she looks like Chris Chan. And, like, every time, like, she gets a comment like that in her video, she has to post it on Twitter by saying, guys, do I look like Chris Chan?
Okay, well, this is for Jalen and for anybody else out there who needs to hear it, okay? I don't care what kind of body you think you're trapped in, whatever body you think you have, or whatever your ideology says, right? I don't care, okay? You're perfect the way you are. You don't need to change a thing. Anybody who tells you otherwise, you can either listen to them and try to make it better, or if you can't, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. That's it. Like, that's it. Strangers don't have any, like, strangers only have what power over you allow, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
AKA, you do you, boo. You do
there you go,
boo.
Jalen. I solved your problems. Right.
Dude, imagine like the therapy bills for Jalen. Jesus Christ.
God damn it. Ren said Andrew's clues.
Andrew's clues. There we go. Oh, all right. So
Andrew's clues.
So this is the Cyrus, I guess apparently, so this is how it all started. I guess.
So wait, before we get into this,
yeah,
I'm sorry. Before we get into this, who is Cyrus?
He is, like, so you know Pyrocynical, right? You were around during the Pyrocynical stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Cyrus was basically birthed from, like, what Pyrocynical was doing. You know, gameplay commentary, making fun of Dr. Phil, that sort of thing. You know, it's like standard
so
gameplay.
He's a leaf 3 times removed, is what.
Yeah. He's like your standard, like, gameplay commentary channel, right? You know.
Okay.
Anyway, I guess apparently one of the girls he was, you know, dating, made a TikTok about him, and he decided to get ahead of the allegations a bit by confessing everything.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's not even like standard, like, it's just a black screen of recording, and he deleted this after, and then promptly, like, deleted and privated every single video on his channel.
Well, that's not incriminating.
No, not at all.
I'm going to start this by being as blunt as I can. I've been fucking up for a really long time, and I've been hurting a lot of people, especially a lot of women on the internet.
Guys, I want you to know I hurt women.
Jesus, this is already
And-
bad. This is already starting out like, oh god.
Listen here, listen here. E-dating's bad. You should never
I was
do
just
it.
imagining him coming out like. Actually, it would be really funny if this started playing and it was, I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
She's got no proof.
No proof.
I just can't keep going on receiving all this positive support and pretending like everything is fine, daily uploading like I'm not fucking up every day. I just want to be completely
Bro.
honest with you guys, as I've been being honest with all of the girls that I had basically led on and hurt for so long. I've grown up on the internet for just about my entire life, and every single phase I've gone through, every single negative.
Yeah, he blew up around like the age of 15, just to give you like an idea. He's like 19 now.
Okay.
Part of me that I've gone through, other people have had to experience on here. And it's a lot easier to mask in a 10-minute video than it is with people that I talk to every single day of my life. So a lot of you have absolutely no clue on what I'm about to say. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it, man. For the last, I'm not even sure how many years that I've been on the internet. Since I was probably around 15, 14, I've been lying to a lot of females and flirting with
I've been lying to a lot of females. Yeah, what Squadron said. Cyrus was brought about the 2018/19 resurgence of commentary.
Oh, okay.
a lot of females.
So he's like a big
and
player.
He was over 1 million subs.
No shit. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't ever understand the weight of it as it was through the internet. I thought that they would just talk to guys in real life or that it wouldn't really affect them, but it does. These are real people with real feelings. And I've had to understand that these were people that really cared about me and really trusted me, and I completely broke that with so many different girls, and it's horrible. I was on the internet being a cocky...
Okay, hold on. Pause it really quick. What did he, like, what is he doing in these DMs? Like, is he fucking casting black magic spells on these women or something? Like,
he's like e-flirting, like weird like role play stuff, and like apparently like the youngest. Well, let's see. It started when he was 16. The youngest girl he'd started to do, like the main girl, apparently they started to do it when she was allegedly 12 years old. And yeah, they did it for like 3 years straight. He's 19 now.
But so he's like 19, and then she would be 15 now.
Yeah, just about.
Okay, question then. What do you think? Like, this is a really hard topic.
I don't know, man. Like this is the thing, right? This is I don't know, man. 12 years old. Like I
agree with that. I agree with that.
Just like
I totally agree. 12 is way too young for anything.
Yeah. Like think
I'm
about
just
like
saying
when
that,
you were
like,
like 16, you know, like in high school, and like you see like I don't know, like some schools, you know, they have like the interconnecting grades and everything. But like you know, seeing a 12-year-old, like no.
Well, see, because like the reason why I say this too, or the reason why I even bring it up at all, is because my last relationship, she's 4 years older than me. So that's literally the exact,
I thought you were
like,
about to say something else. I was like, oh no, what's he about to confess here?
Oh God, no. Yeah, she's 4 years old. You know, I picked her up at the preschool, you know. I saw her on that like rocking horse chair thing, and I'm like, gotta get me some of that. I really hope fucking Hannah isn't here to clip me on that. Jesus Christ.
Someone clip it.
No. My career's over. It's just starting.
Yeah. But continue. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, but that's just it. It's like it's in like, because this seems to happen quite a bit, right? Like or at least I see this happening forevermore in the commentary or in the YouTube community in general. Like, are there rules maybe on the books? Like, has anybody ever like sat down and, okay, listen, if you are 16 years old, you cannot date 12-year-olds, you know?
Well, you know, that
like,
kind of goes unspoken. Like, you it's one of those things where, it's like, you don't feel like you don't need to say that.
But what I mean is that, like, let's go up, like, the reason why I say that is because you have to like go up incrementally then. It's like, okay, so you're 16, now you're dating a 13-year-old. Is that okay? Probably not. I'm gonna say probably not. Now let's go up and say, okay, I'm a 16-year-old dating a 14-year-old. Is that okay? Because that's where, to me, it's like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, though, is that like it's like I don't know. I don't know. I literally don't know. 16, so I wouldn't do it.
Look. All I'm saying is, be more like LS Mark and date someone older rather than a Cyrus. I'm
be like LS Mark and I don't know, have your wife cheat on you or something.
have her give everyone else a sloppy toppy but you.
You buy her a new car and it's those ones by the bike Kyle. Good morning, chat.
Good morning, chat and John.
Arrogant cunt, thinking that I was just some fucking, what's the word? Thinking that I was just like getting all these girls, man. But I was
Top
just
G.
hurting them. They were all thinking that they had met the one. They were all thinking that we were going to have.
Man, it kind of comes off like he's saying, my fault was I was too charming.
My game was too strong, everybody. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta cool my jets. I gotta stop sliding the DMs.
Yeah. I was really too cool with these 13-year-olds is what he was saying.
I was way too horny on Maine.
Together and shit. And that just wasn't true. It has led to me hurting a lot of people, man. And some of those people even being younger than me. Some are saying that one of the girls was like 12, but I just want to go ahead and say that's not the girl's age at all. But I even heard
it's not the girl's age now.
Now?
Yeah.
A girl that was 3 years younger than me, and it was so...
Yeah, 3 years younger, and he started doing this when he was like 15, 16. So you do the math there.
It's hard because the only reason I want to say emphatically, I am not for children having sex, like, at all. I think you should wait well until you're past 18.
Hot take, guys.
No, I know. I just want to make sure that's very clear, you know. But it's hard because it's like I do know people who have lost their virginity at 12. I know girls who have lost their virginity at 12. And it's like, and I know, and they lost their virginity to like 18 or 19-year-olds, right?
Yeah, that's a yikes.
I'm sorry. I misspoke. Misspoke. I meant to say 16 or 17-year-olds. That's
still a yikes.
It's yikes. It's yikes, but I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying that like because these weren't online people either. They were like just people that, you know, were in my hometown and stuff. It's like I wouldn't do it.
Oh, dude, I was like, I remember being like 6th grade and like seniors were trying to hit on like the girls in my grade. It was weird.
That's what, but that's what I'm talking about is like in high school, that is like I did date seniors when I was a freshman in high school. And like, you know, it's like nobody was calling them jailbaiters.
I mean, like, I think ninth and like 9th and 12th grade's a bit easier to understand than like 6th grade and 12th grade, you know?
I mean, I'll give it to you. I think, yeah, I mean, it's wrong. I'm just saying that like okay, it's wrong from the context of an adult, but what I'm saying is it immediately clear to a 15-year-old? You know?
I mean, I don't know, because I remember I remember we would make fun of those seniors, like kids, like me and the kids in my grade, like would call them creeps and everything.
Oh, for like going after. Well, in my case, right? It's like it's a girl, like dating me, a girl who's a senior dating me, a freshman.
Right.
And the age gap was probably like 4 years. I don't remember, but it was probably like 4 or 3 years. You know.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
I don't know. I mean, I think it was pretty pog. I kind of loved having a senior girlfriend. I thought it was awesome.
It was, as the boys say, poggers. What was that?
It was freaking poggers, dude. She invited me over to her house. We laid down on the sofa. She realized that I couldn't make out because I've never done it before, and she broke up with me the next day. But man, oh man, did I get some clout out of that one.
I was the talk of the lunchroom.
I was the talk of the school for a whole 45 minutes.
Yeah. And anyway, here is also a leaked call that Cyrus did. This is tweeted by Augie. Here's a leaked call I was shown of Cyrus confessing to talking to someone too young, allegedly sexted with a 12-year-old girl when he was 16 and kept doing it for 3 years. Make of that what you will, but I find that pretty messed up. Anyway, let's listen to this. It's 3 minutes long.
But I didn't know how to talk to you and confront everything. And I want to try to right now. Like, specifically the I don't know, I'm just going to say Cherry, I guess. I've never really called her that, but the Cherry stuff. I remember the day it happened.
And by the way, there is this, like, cause I guess like she recorded a phone conversation with him and put it on YouTube. This girl
I was gonna ask,
looks
like, who
really young.
Who is this?
Oh, this talking right here is
like,
Cyrus.
This is Cyrus calling the girl in question.
No. He's calling someone about the girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happened, and I'm just gonna tell it exactly as is. I kind of left a couple details out when I was telling Ryan earlier because I didn't want to, like, I don't know. I thought that it would come out like I was like, what's the word?
Bird is the word.
Justifying, not justifying, that's not right. It sounded like I was giving it a reason for why it happened the first time in my head, so I didn't tell him exactly. But basically, I was drunk one night. I went up to my room when I was living with my friends. I was probably, I don't really know, maybe 17 at the time. I'm really bad with time. I'm just going to say I was fucking 19, bro, because at this point I don't care. I feel like a fucking monster, man. Whenever I was talking to her, there had been this thing going on for a really long time where she'd, like, message me, like, really horny stuff, right? And I would do the thing on Snapchat where you slide slowly so, like, you can see the message without it, like, opening and stuff. And I remember in the beginning, I was a little uncomfortable. I was more...
If you were uncomfortable, you should have blocked. Hot take. Guys, you know, if you're uncomfortable with a situation, you don't have to stay there, you know. The block button is a wonderful feature.
Did he know that this person was underage, I guess? I mean, I guess he should have by this point, or I don't know.
Let's I mean, he goes into detail about her body here, so let's listen to him explain it.
Okay. Yikes.
Grounded, I guess. I was just kind of like, ew. I think I told her not to do that one time or something. But this particular day, I don't know. I had seen it for like the billionth time, and then I acted on it. And I can't ever undo that, man. I had no reason to act on it. I had no reason to have her added. I had no reason to fucking say hello to her. There wasn't anything specific about her or something. It wasn't because of her age or anything, or because of how she looked or anything. It's just somebody showed me that they really, like, wanted to do shit with me. And I was like, wow, somebody wants to do shit with me. And then it happened that first time, right? And then the next day, I felt a bunch of guilt. And I was like, dude, I was really fucked up last night. Like, can we forget that happened? And then...
The girl's name is Cherry.
I don't want to go into the conversational specifics, but I'm going to try to. It went something along the lines of that. And then she was like, so you didn't like it? I was like, well, I did, but it's wrong. And I was never able to put in the words why it's wrong, even though it's obvious. I'm older than her. I'm too old for her at this age. It's kind of weird. It's pretty fucking weird. I don't know. It wasn't ever about her age, though, to me. That's just what made me feel so fucking wrong about it in the beginning. And I couldn't say that. I don't know why I didn't. That would have been the most...
Yeah, there we go. That's the end of it there.
I mean, okay, two things. One, being drunk is never an excuse for anything. That's... You know,
I was
that's just my
drunk. I was in
policy.
the DMs.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can make silly mistakes or whatever, you know, whether you're intoxicated or not. But, like, I just don't like the idea that we get to, like, get away with murder. Like, oh, but I was drunk at the time. You know.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. The other thing I'll say is that as much... I have to clear my throat for that one. As much as it is true that there is a responsibility for young men, or for men of any age really, to not be predatory upon young women, I believe it should have an equal responsibility for young women not to present themselves to men. Because what this guy is saying, like right now, honestly, after hearing that, like I don't, we'll more the context, I guess, and see more about it. But like just based off what he just said right there, I do kind of feel a little bit bad for this guy because like if he's just like living his life, you know, whatever he's having a rough day or whatever the situation was for the time, because everybody's got their traumas in life. And then, you know, he just finds somebody who's like genuinely interested in him, you know, whether it's sexual or not, like just an interest. Like this is something that I think a lot of people maybe don't understand for like men get really lonely in a way that I think that women like.
I don't know, man. I've never been that lonely.
Don't. Well, but what I'm saying is that like, okay, so you're intoxicated, which again I don't think is an excuse, but it is like it's an aspect of this, you know. Whatever kind of day he had, and then he made a wrong decision, like a snap wrong decision in that moment. It's like, and then he feels really bad about it, so much so to the point to where he says the next day, then I felt really. And I think we can trust that recording because he's not telling the world; he's just telling a friend, right?
Right, but like to continue it for like 3 years, though.
I mean, well, let's see the rest of it.
Yeah. So there's a thread that was made. This is because of course the flirting eventually got into like Discord, right? Went from like Snapchat to Discord and this and that. So this is what he sends her. So like I get you're in school and all, but and then like he goes into like this right here, which Augie already read it. I don't want the soundbite of me.
I'll say it. I don't care. Are you okay with me saying it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just making sure. Okay. Imagine me turning you around and pinning you down while you're bent over and fucking your little pussy from behind and pulling on your hair while I smack your ass. As I pound into you deeply over and over as you let out sexual groans and moans for you until I come inside. Holy hell. And come inside you and you're filled with all the sticky hot white cum. Oh my God. And I lay down with you and cuddle and I tell you that you've been a good girl and I love you.
Well, at least he's a cuddler.
Her, you know?
At least he's a cuddler.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would be a dickhead movie if he did all that and then just like ran out of the room.
Yeah. It's okay.
Only then.
He cuddles with the 12-year-olds. It's okay.
Oh God, I feel so. Yeah, why'd you make me read that, Nerdy John? What the hell?
Because I wasn't gonna read it. yeah, and this is Cyrus, by the way.
Terrible. Oh, that okay.
Yeah.
Actions have consequences. Oh boy, me and Kat. Whoa, yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Here's like some of the. Are you 10? LOL. I'm gonna get when.
Seriously, how old are you? 10? 10 is too young. Wait, what did he say?
Let's see. Me 10. Seriously, how old are you? LOL. 10. 10 is too young. LOL. Wait. I'm 21. Wait, no, he's 19. Wait, no. That why is that in there? That don't make sense. Okay, this is the one. This is the Snapchat one I was looking for. Here we go.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's a brony, by the way.
People like him give us bronies a bad name.
And this is the
girl. I will
girl.
have you know that I don't have a jaw. Oh God. Oh God. Yeah. Okay, man, out there. Here's what I wanted to say: is just listen. Masturbating is good too, and you don't need content for it. Okay, like you don't need like you can. Porn is free, all right. I'm not saying like I don't like porn either. You know, people watch porn cucks generally, but like, don't like for fuck's sake, like.
You know, just saying, you know, just think of Jennifer Lopez, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just for God's sake, like,
yeah, and
you're
like
doing
by
all
the
the
way,
shit that's on the borderline.
part in blue is Cyrix, and then
Yeah. You really
obviously
wanna-
me's the
ugh.
girl. And it says you really want.
Okay, but again, I will say this, that we have to do better with like this from the young woman's perspective too. Like, I agree. Like, Cyrus, I was gonna start defending, or I was gonna defend it before. I think this is undefensible. Like, all these things are 100% undefensible. But young women got to stop doing this too. Like, they got to stop with this, like, sending horny DMs so that they can get attention from their content creator. That's got to stop. You know, like, I think that there's the same level of responsibility on both ends there. This is a problem. You know, the
Right.
youth are not all right.
Well,
the kids aren't all right.
Ultimately, Cyrus is the one with more responsibility, though, because he can decline these.
Of course. Of
Yeah.
course. Yes, I totally agree with you. He has more responsibility. I'm not saying, like, I guess I'm not victim blaming. What I'm saying is that, like, young women, like, this interaction happened because this young woman sought this interaction. And then after all of these things, continued to seek this interaction. You know, you're a child, I get it. You don't have your brain isn't fully developed or formed. Like, I totally understand. But again, like, young women, please have some respect for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, don't because men will use you if you let them use you. So the easiest way to circumvent that is just to don't be horny on main. For Christ's sake, you're 12. Got Gibdo and call in, by the way.
Oh, Gibdo and Colin. Yeah, I'll get him in here real quick. I'm not showing this on. It's all censored, but still, just in case, like.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't even like posting that. I don't even like posting that for, like. I don't even like. Yeah, and I get it. You need, but I don't even like posting it for that.
Yeah, Gibdo, how
Hey,
you
Gibdo.
doing it yet again, good sir? How are you?
Gibdo?
Gibdo?
Hello?
Gib.
Hello?
3, 2, 1. Disconnected.
Oh well.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Probably had something to share.
Yeah, I thought so. As well. But yeah, here is a recording that the girl made with Cyrex. Oh wait! I just realized I need to de-share the tab of I need to de-share the tab of Twitter so that way you can actually see it.
We're fine.
I swear, I want a good show, guys. I'm a professional.
There we go.
And let's get it. Where's it sounds? Let's.
Don't worry about that. I'm sorry that you did.
It's okay.
So she recorded this?
Yeah, she recorded this. This
Does
is
she have
a
a piercing?
Yeah. Just this is a child. Cyrex, this is a child.
This is
So randomly, like I
This
have
is a
not
parental
felt
problem.
anything until like today,
Yeah. Ultimately, this is.
and I was like,
I mean,
oh,
really.
shit.
Well, I guess Cyrex's parents weren't involved in his life either, because he's like getting drunk at 17, living with friends. So, both come from bad households. Both are online a lot, it seems.
You guys got to go outside and touch grass.
Yeah.
You got to have like a hobby outside that, you know, you can't like, man, things are so fucked up now. Like, it's so sad because like these young girls, they really shouldn't be doing this. This is not womanly behavior.
Gracial,
like that's a chauvinist statement or whatever.
Gracial says, hard disagree. They don't understand that yet. Coercive consent is a huge issue when it comes to the power imbalance of minors and their creators.
I agree with the latter part of that statement, but I still think that children are not stupid. Like, children are naive, sure, but they're not stupid. And I think that like a child knows when they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. A 12-year-old is smart enough, in my opinion, at least most 12-year-olds I've met, and I used to work at like a daycare and stuff, like, or not a daycare, but it was like a MMA karate place, but I was like an instructor there, and they had an after school program, so there was like a bunch of different kids of a bunch of different ages. Like 12-year-olds are smart enough to know when they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
For instance, like a 12-year-old should know that it's wrong to drink alcohol. So if a 12-year-old should know that it's wrong to drink alcohol, they should also know that it's wrong to sext with a 16, 17, 18-year-old. Like they should know. They're too young for that.
Yeah, Gracial, feel free to call in, by the way,
Yeah.
Also, we're
Thank you,
gonna try Gibdo again because he said his internet's fixed.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Let's go.
All right.
So I have one thing to add to Cyrus. He faked his suicide, basically.
Wait, whoa, what?
He
did
faked
what?
his suicide.
How? Like,
Wait,
what
is this like?
Bro, he was in the Greed server.
Does
He was
that
in the Greed
involve
server
this?
for like music collective, and like he posted something in announcements on the thing. This was like a day or so before the pedo allegations came out.
Oh.
He basically said, and I don't have the screenshot for this, but I know for a fact he did it. He said, so he said he was committing suicide. I don't know. I don't remember how the message went. I might need to contact one of the dudes that I have, one of the contacts I have from Greed, and see if I can get the screenshot. But he definitely did it.
I mean, I'd be curious to see what he says in that.
Yeah.
Also too, I want to make it clear too that like we don't know about this. This is unvetted. Like I appreciate you calling in and telling us this, but also like this, it could be the case because based on the way that he was talking in that last recording we watched too, he could legitimately be depressed about this. Like it could, like you say, like he faked it. Like it could just be a botched suicide attempt. Like, do we know at this point? Especially if he deleted all of his content, like everything. Like that fits the MO of somebody who's gonna do that, right?
Yeah,
Do you know? Do you know that it was a fake? Like, do you know it was fake?
I don't know. There were people in the server that were like just saying he was faking it. They were saying it was
Okay,
faking
but people say that about things. Like you know what I mean? Like that's not necessarily an indictment that it's fake.
Yeah.
Like all I'm saying is we don't know.
And claimed it was fake. Someone
told you.
Well, it's not me, but like they someone else posted announcements a little bit later and said that he might have contacted them and told them that it was fake.
Oh,
okay.
I'm gonna need to see some receipts.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate you in this. I appreciate you at least telling the story, but like that's interesting if true.
Yeah, I need to confirm that.
Yeah, I've been really go and check and confirm that one.
Yeah,
for real.
Let's see. I'm still not connected to Wi-Fi in my new place. I'm struggling with connectivity issues from my mobile hotspot. Says Gracial.
We'll get Gracial at some point.
I need to contact Pink Blood. I think he knows that. He knows.
Are you on Twitter? I mean,
like
get the receipts. Post them.
Yeah.
I need. Okay, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm slow. I'm slow as hell.
You're fine, dude. No. I like I said, I just don't want to like put any allegations out there that are not founded in some sort of like fact. Like, it's good that you're saying this. Like, it's fine if that's what you saw, but like, it's just like unless we have hard evidence, it's like, yeah.
Especially with like involving something that serious. I was kind of laughing at the brony being exposed for this, but
yeah. But if he's like committing suicide over this, like that's that makes this like a different story.
Yeah.
See, this is what I mean though, John. This is what I was talking about like the whole thing from before. Like this is why I started to feel bad for him in that recording, because like all of this can be true. It can be like, it could be the case. Like, I don't think, or I don't at least read from that last recording that this guy is some sort of a maniacal mastermind that he is just doing all of this to get sympathy or whatever. Like, I think legitimately, like he fucked up. He's been fucking up. Maybe he's an alcoholic. Like, I don't know. This is just speculation, but like, he could be like an alcoholic for all we know. Like he could, because there's other people in the community that have that type of problem, and then they end up in these same type of issues.
This is also the thing with it too. He's like, and this isn't like the only girl. He's done this with multiple girls. It's self-admitted by him. The thing is, all these girls thought they were in a relationship with him, like an relationship, while he was just
It was like a salvo type situation.
while he was just contacting them for a quickie. Well, I don't know.
mean,
I don't
young
know
women-
how much pee is involved in this one, but
Again, like I go back to my number one rule of all: don't e-date. E-dating is a bad idea. If you don't know the person in real life, you're not dating. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You might love the person. You might think that they're a very close friend of yours. You're not dating. You're just not.
there's plenty, guys. There's plenty of IRL, dick and or pussy to get, whatever your preference is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just go get it in real life, Like, flirting on the internet, like, it happens, but it's like there's a line. And
pretty
there's
big
definitely
line.
a line you shouldn't cross. Yeah, there's many lines, a few lines, especially minors, for instance. Big
Yeah.
line. Big line.
Pretty big line there.
Because if this is all women above the age of consent, like, I don't think that this would be as much of a story.
No, not at
maybe
all.
people would be giving him, they'd be like, what an asshole! Like, he's just
Well,
leading people.
like,
It would be
if
like
they
a
were-
salvo thing.
Well, yeah. Well, the problem is he's sending and receiving images of these girls. So yeah, this is now
Sending
like
and receiving. Oh, he's sharing the images to other people.
yeah, actually yeah, he shared it with a bunch of friends and then it got leaked in a Discord. The girls'
Oh yeah,
images.
no, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
No, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy, 100%.
Yeah,
This guy
yeah.
deserves
So
it.
he's sharing a CP. So not
Yeah,
good.
that is
Yeah,
actually
upset.
fucking Christ, man. Fucking Christ. Ugh.
I
People
wish
are
I
so
still had
dumb.
a great server invite.
It's
I think I
good.
need to find
Give
that.
due. Thank you for calling in, regardless, though.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, dude.
But yeah, e-dating is often a really bad idea. True, pigeon salad. True.
No, I'm telling you, e-dating is a bad idea at all, just in general, like at all. Like, I think, like, okay, I know of some relationships, like real life relationships that I know personally, where like the people met on like Christian Mingle or something like that, like eHarmony, those types of things.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And
like it's
those,
different.
like, I think that's maybe like a gray area where it's like,
Well-
okay, you're
well-
trying to meet somebody online and then eventually see them in real life.
Well, no, it's
But when you're
different
e-dating
from-
somebody and sexting, like, no.
No, it's different from like here's a girl on Tinder that's like close to me. We can like drive, meet up, have a nice meal, see what happens. Compared to like, guys, I'm talking to this girl from Canada. She's like really sweet, but like I have to like buy a ticket to go see her in like a month. Like no, that's no.
Well, I mean, like that's okay. Like, if you want to meet up in real life, like, that's fine. It's more so like the sexting thing. Like, it's more of like, it's the.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just people. Yeah, like, people shouldn't be like, if you are saying that you are dating somebody, like they're your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever the situation is, your partner, and like you have never met each other, you are wrong. You're just wrong.
Bit of an issue there. Yeah.
Like, you're wrong. Like, you're just wrong. You're not dating that person. I'm sorry. Like, your relationship, you have a really great friendship. Apparently, it's like a friends with benefits type thing over the internet because you're sharing nudes. But like, you're not dating. There is no dating. Like that. There's no dates that you're going on. Maybe I'm old fashioned. I don't know.
Yeah, you're old fashioned. You just want to. When you want to get some action from a girl, you want to go to the bar. How dare you, chauvinistic
Well,
pig?
I mean, for real, like, it's just, I want real life relationships where somebody's like actually physically right there in front of me and I can like, actually hold
do the
their hand
things.
or copulate with them. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't. Damn, man, this Cyrus stuff. I didn't know that it was all of this. Like, I thought it was just like the guy just was like, texting some girls on the internet and then they found out about each other or something.
Yeah, no, he
Which,
was.
by the way, I don't like either. But
he was sharing their images.
Minors in images of minors.
Yeah, with his friends who
Not
then
coal
leaked
miners.
it. Who then leaked it to a Discord server.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, so those guys also should be implicated, right?
Yeah, we don't know who though. That's the thing. We don't know who he shared it with. We just know
Okay,
that
so
he
that's the
did.
bigger, broader story. Is okay, Augie, name names.
Well, I don't think Augie knows. I think he just knows.
I don't know. Okay. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I don't mean to come at hot at Augie. What I'm saying is like people in the know. Like, what are the names?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's sharing CP?
Yeah.
Seriously, this is a question I think everybody needs to know the answer to. I don't care what the intention is. You know, it's like CP is just wrong. You don't share it.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's pretty. Yeah. E-dating isn't for me either. Okay, Gracial. Good. We, you
Gracial
and
gets it.
D-Max.
Gracial knows.
You and D-Max have common ground finally.
What are you into e-dating, Nerdy John? Would you
No,
say
God,
it's an
no.
okay thing?
God
Okay.
no. I
I'm
want
trying to find somebody to debate about it.
debating about e-dating.
Yeah, well, no, because like I legitimately do want to hear if there is any like other, because I'm curious, like, you know, I'm making a video eventually. For fuck's sake, it's taken me 10 billion years, but like I want to make a video about like the rules for commentary, and that is one of the rules on there. And I want to know like what are the opposite opinions of that? Like, are there any positives to e-dating? Like maybe I've got my
not that
blinders
I've
on,
seen,
so.
dude. It's always like Discord, like especially like if you ever like delve into like the Pie Girl situations at all of her stuff involves like cringy Discord like sexting. It's weird.
Maybe sexting is the problem then. Maybe it's not like just e-dating. Maybe it's just like sexting. You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
just
I'll let
in
you wrap up
general.
your show. Thanks for having me on, Nerdy John. I gotta go to the bathroom. It's the morning. I've been holding my piss all night.
yeah. Just go take a leak. Jesus.
Oh, absolutely. All right. See you guys. Have a good one, John.
Yeah. Take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for that part of the show where we wrap up and we learn today's lessons. Remember, guys, e-dating's bad. I can't express that enough. E-dating's bad. Censorship is bad, and just in general, just don't be a degenerate online. Live a pure, or like at least like, you know, be a degenerate with people of age. You know, I know that's a hard line, but regardless, y'all have a good one. This is Nerdy John, signing out. Let's listen to some music.